When I first came to Canada, I had no idea what province I am. I swear. I had no clue where I am. I know I'm in Canada because I thought I'm going to America, but I'm in North America, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today, okay? And I'm going to share you what province, the affordable province where you can settle in, okay? So you stay with me until the end of this video. I'm sharing these ideas based on my own experience, okay? So if you are the person who wants to settle in the future in Canada, then this video is for you, my dear. Hi everyone and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Buyukan. If you are very new to my channel, welcome. And today's video, I just want to share you some information about affordable province where you settle. So when we are talking about the affordable province here in Canada, so I just want to share this information for especially for new immigrants. So they arrive here in Canada as a permanent resident, okay, because sometimes they want to decide what province or what city they want to live, okay. So just forget about Toronto and Vancouver in British Columbia. Just forget about that for now, okay, because those Toronto and Vancouver is a beautiful cities, but the rent is very expensive. And if you plan in the future to buy a house, you need to have a nice high paying job and you have a lot of savings to buy a house, because it's $1 million. It's the worth like almost close to 1 million or more than 1 million prices of the house in Vancouver and in Toronto. So if I were you, because why you want to settle in Canada, of course, and in the future you want to buy a house, and you have to consider the rent, the job, and the salary also, right? So me, for the affordable province in Canada is considered like if you speak French and you think you are comfortable to settle where like a French speaking province, then you can settle in Quebec. Quebec is a nice province. I have some friends down there, and when they arrive here in Canada, they are been nanny before, but now they learn French and they are very good. And now they settled and they are happy down there, and they said it's a nice place to live. In another province you can choose is either in Manitoba, in Saskatchewan, in Nova Scotia, and in Alberta, in my province in Alberta, okay? So Saskatchewan and Alberta are neighbor province, and Alberta and British Columbia are neighbor province. But as I said, if you want to settle as a new permanent resident here in Canada, and try not to choose Vancouver, but anyway, it's all up to you, okay? So what I say is, it doesn't matter what province you settled in Canada, especially those working visa who come here in Canada with a work visa, okay? So let's say your employer hire you and your employer is in Quebec or in Toronto or in Vancouver or in Alberta. It doesn't matter where you live, okay? So if you are working as a work permit visa, as long as you feel safe and you think you're okay with your employer, you can stay there until you get your permanent resident. Then that's the time you move and decide what province where you want to settle. But if you think you are not safe with your employer, or you are not happy with that province because it's too much cold, and you want to move in a province where it's a little bit warmer, then it's all up to you, okay? As long as there's an employer who continue to give you a work permit, and then it's good, okay? You can able to move in another employer and continue until you got your permanent residence. So the same thing like what I did. When I first came to Canada, I stay in a remote area wherein you only see is the big trees and wild animals in the back of that house. So for me, and I stuck here in Alberta, but I moved to different cities until until I settled here in Calgary, Alberta, wherein I'm more comfortable because I can buy different type of food, the Asian foods. It's just the food. So anyway, guys, it's all up to you where to settle, okay? So in every province here in Canada, whatever you settled, there is always a job, okay? And Alberta is considered the highest paying for a maximum rate here in Canada. We have $15 per hour. So let's say in Alberta, it's up to you which city you want to land at, okay? Because if you want to stay in a big cities, like Calgary is the biggest city in Alberta, but it's a little bit expensive as well if we compare to the small cities, okay? So if I were you, especially you just started the living here, you have to consider especially the rent, okay? So if I were you, if very new and you want to stay in a bigger city, sometimes you have to choose, it's either condo rent or basement rent or an apartment rent or a whole house rent. Okay, so if I were you, like a basement rent is considered like between 600 to 800 Canadian dollar in Calgary, Alberta. But if you're going to choose a smaller city in what province where you want to choose to settle, sometimes smaller city, you can able to you find a rent like between 400 to 500 to 600, like a basement suite, like a 2 bedroom. Okay, so when you have small children or you have some family with you, then it's easier for you and it's affordable because of course when you start in that new province, you have to start to look for a job and you have to know the city. So by the time when you get used to the environment here in Canada, to that province or to that city where you live, then that's the time you decide in the future which province you want to settle. If you want to move in Vancouver because they have a very nice and beautiful weather in British Columbia, in Vancouver, then it's all up to you. Then at least you start the living where you probably save a little bit more money, right? Some people do that. They stay in a small city. They can save a lot of money by renting place, good decent job, and they save money, and that's the time they invest from other provinces. Or if they decide to move and go to a warmer city like in British Columbia, in Vancouver, then it's up to you because at least then you save money to move in that bigger city, right? Those nanny also, like let's say when I was a nanny, I got my permanent resident, and then that's the time for me to decide like, oh, I want to go in Calgary because it's a bigger city and I can able to go and shop around. If I want to buy my own Filipino foods, they have different stores or Asian stores. So yeah, it's up to you. Anyway guys, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you for my next video, and bye bye and God bless you.